What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Paul. In today's video we're going to adjust the stance on the notch. I'm going to give you some tips and some things to consider along the way, so let's go. Alright, so today's primary goal is of course to adjust the stance. In our last video, I'll link it up here. We know that the back end is 2 inches higher. The front is 24.5 inches. The back is 26.5 inches. So I'd like to bring the back down 1 inch. Take a look at the stance and adjust from there if need be. Also going to look at a few other little things. I'm not sure what's under the center caps, if there's some lock nuts there. If there is, those are coming out. And if the quad shock mount is in place, that's also going to be coming out. So with that, let me shuffle some cars and let's get started. With the car a little further down, you can see the height there that I was referring to, but I've stopped the hoist here. It's a good working height to pop off the center caps and take a look at the see if there's the lock nuts in place. And just a friendly reminder, when popping these off, use a screwdriver with a rag to prevent scratching the chrome. All right, great. So there is no lock nuts. Perfect. Even better. Check the front. Here's the stance with the car on the ground. Looks pretty good, not too bad. A little bit of a rake. The front's pretty good. It could probably come down maybe an 1/8 or 1/4 of an inch, but I'm going to leave that for today. I'm going to focus on this rear gap. I want to close that guy up, and yeah, to give it that 1 inch variation. When I popped the rear center cap, I saw there's a little Yukon sticker on the rear axle, so that's good. So I mentioned I was going to give you guys some tips and some things to consider along the way. So one of the things I always do is adjust my tire pressure. It's important to set it to where you're going to be driving the car. I personally like running 32 pounds on the front, 30 on the back. That's just a personal preference. Yours may be different, but the point being, set it to where you like it. And I know that you may think, it's not going to make a difference in the stance, but it will. All these little things, tire pressure here, a little isolator there. All these little things will add up to a difference, a change in the stance. Another thing to consider, and this one is important, is you got to fill up your tank, because the last thing you want to do is adjust your rear suspension, especially on if it's empty or a quarter tank, and then you go to fill it. You don't want that sag. So I've already filled the tank. It's full, but I haven't checked the tire pressure, so I'm going to do that first. Might actually have to change those stands. No, I should be able to adjust it with it because I'm making the coil shorter. So it needs to go up. Yeah. All right. Let's see. If not, then I'll have to switch the stands onto the subframe connectors and get the weight off of the rear suspension. I probably should have did that. Oh well. Okay, actually it looks nice and clean. Here's the adjustable spring perch that I was talking about. Kind of interesting. I know I told you guys the car hadn't been driven much, but here's look at the cobwebs to show you what I'm referring to. So, yeah, let's get those out of there. Anyhow, I'm going to take this measurement here to just figure out my starting point and see what happens. I'm not exactly sure how many turns I'm going to need, so it's going to be sort of a trial and error. See, it was 26 and a half, so what did that? Yeah. All right, so that brought us down to 26. So it came down half an inch already, which is quite a bit. I'm just going to step back, take a look at it. I'm going to go and adjust the other side, and then maybe I'm just going to keep going back and forth. So that was round one of adjustment. And as you guys can see, it's already come down 3/4 of an inch. So we started at 26.5. We're now down to 25 3/4. And I'm going to do one more round of adjustments and see if I can get it to that 25.5. Here we go again. So I've gone up. I'm getting up there now. I went up another 1/4 inch on the perch. Okay, so let me try So I'm going to lock this one in place now. Okay, that's not moving anywhere. And where's the pigtail? Okay. So I've now locked it in, raised it another 1/4 inch, hoping, well, that's gonna drop it some more. And now I've aligned the pigtail. Another little tip, I always align the pigtail with the control arm. Okay, so that side is done. I hope it's locked in so I don't need to come back. Let's put these guys on. So it doesn't look like it's moved much, but that was the case in the first adjustment until I adjusted the other side. So I'm going to do the same on the other side. You guys don't need to see that again, but I'll be back and we'll take some measurements again. So here's the stance after the drive. I haven't measured it yet, but visually it looks a lot better, a lot tighter. Let's check out the other side. Keeping in mind the driveway is not 100% level. At the stance with the car on the hoist. I think it looks much better. We're still at 24.5 here, 25.5 here. You guys can see the gap is much tighter, looks more flush and not as much of a rake. So happy with that. Let me know what you guys think. All right, that's going to be it for today, guys. I got everything cleaned up and back in its place. Today, we got the mission accomplished, which was to adjust the stance. I'm very happy with how it came out. I didn't get the quad shock mounts off. I forgot about those, but I'll do that another time. Other than that, thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you guys, and you guys know what to do. Give the video a like, drop in a comment, smash the subscribe button. You know, we appreciate all your support, and we'll see you again here on Paul DaFox.